Yeah. I knew I got a bite. Look at that. I knew I got a bite. There we go. What's up, folks? Welcome back to the program, man. We are out here enjoying a beautiful spring-like day. Air temperature like mid-60s. Had a cold front push through, and the wind is blowing pretty significant out of the northeast, but we're just flipping a tube around. You know, we're still kind of, there's some spawning stuff going on, a lot of post-spawn fish. But this Big Bite Baits tube, this is just a 4-inch tube, and it's a smoke color. It's a color I used to throw years and years ago, and I kind of got away from it. But we're flipping it around, shallow, just covering some water. And we're gonna look out deep too. But right now we're just seeing what's going on up here in this skinny water, because man, I love to fish this skinny water. And when there's a bite available, I'm definitely gonna be checking it out. But 1/4 ounce weight, got like 15-pound fluorocarbon, throwing it on this Phoenix Virtus 7'3" heavy fast Ranger with a loose 7-to-1 gear ratio reel. So let's cover some water and see if we can snatch up a couple fish. If you have not, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe will be greatly appreciated. There's a bite. Okay. Crappie. Look at that. I mean, I know people catch crappie on tubes, but typically it's not a 4-inch tube. Little brush pile. Slung it up in there and little tick tick. Thought for sure that was gonna be a bass, but no sir. Let's see, now those are bass. Up. Bass. That's not what we was looking at though, I can promise you that. The old tube. Got your ass. All right, decent fish. We're getting some bites on the tube. I mean, it ain't easy out here, having to work for it a little bit, but I'm staying out off these points now. Been flipping around shallow. We're just kind of mixing it up. I'm just looking around, having fun, keeping an open mind. I'm getting some bites in both places, and we're staying with this smoke color. Water's cleared up. You know, it's probably like 4 foot of visibility, 5 foot of visibility. So not too long ago, it was 2 feet of visibility, especially out here in the main lake. So these fish are getting a better look at the bait. That's why I went to this smoke color. It's a little more translucent. It's got some red fleck in there and just 4-inch bait. It's just more minnow-esque, more shad-esque, and seems to be getting a few bites, so we're gonna stick with it. It's fun. There's a crappie. Those bass. Oh, that's a better one there. Yes, sir. It's a better one. Right off this point a little bit. I mean, they're trying to take the damn rod out of my hand. This sucker is digging. Jesus. He's just digging. Oh yeah, fish got some weight to him. A giant. That's a nice fine specimen of a fish. I mean, that's what it's all about, folks. That's fun. Love it. Love it, give me some more of it. All right, folks, we're having fun out here, throwing a little big bite baits, 4-inch tube. It's a smoke red pepper. I chose this color because of the water conditions. It's pretty clear out here. We do have some wind, but it's been staying and it's definitely cleared up over the last couple weeks. And one thing I'm doing that allows me to get a better hook into the fish, if you guys have fished tubes before, you know you miss a lot of fish because it's hard to get a hook set in them. It's just a big piece of plastic. Even though it's hollow, it can ball up on your hook. But what I'll do is I'll take my little Cuda scissors here. By the way, these are some really sweet little scissors. They're like $6 or $7. They're super handy and they're sharp and they cut braid, fluorocarbon, whatever. But I'll just take this scissors and I'm gonna cut a slit starting in the back of my tube. I'm gonna go about halfway. You don't have to go all the way to the head of it, but what that does is it allows me to use a 3/0 hook. I'm just using a 3/0. This is a Gamakatsu EWG, the super line hook. And I like this hook, it's nice and compact. It allows me to slide through cover. And when you pin a fish, I mean, they usually stay hooked, but it's such a small hook that, you know, you wouldn't be able to really use it without cutting this slit. So you've got your slit right here. You're gonna line your hook up right even with that slit. Another thing with the tube is you don't want to go in too deep. You want to allow a little bit of space up there between the eye of the hook. So we've got the point right here. We've got it lined up with our slit. We're going to go in and we're just going to Texpose this up. And see how I've left that a little bit of gap right there? That just, for some reason, you just get a better hook set if you leave a little bit of space in between the eye. You don't want to crowd that knot. So we've got our slit right here, and we're just going to go in our slit and poke it out the top of the tube and just Texpose it like that. This EWG kind of goes in. It's really good for working through cover. But that right there opens that up. You're not going through all that plastic. It allows that hook, when you set the hook, it allows that tube to slide down like that. And you're gonna get a lot better hook setting instead of that tube balling up. A lot of times it'll ball up and it covers your point. So this is something that I found that works pretty good. Just cut that little slit. 15-pound test. Like I said, that 7'3" Virtus Ranger is killer for all kinds of techniques. I mean, it's great for flipping and pitching. It's great for dragging a worm. It's great for football jig. It's really multi-purpose. It's got the backbone that you need to get a hook in them, just a 1/4 ounce weight. And man, we're having fun. That's a good tip that will put more fish in your boat with the tube. Little guy. Thump. I mean thump. I mean thump. I don't size that sucker, but I should have thumped the crap out of it. Little 3/0 hook gets him. There we go. Something about that 3/0 hook, man. I mean, barely got that fish, but we did get him. The tube is the deal, man. It's working. Back here shallow, we've been playing around deep and we slid up here shallow just to try it out. And man, I don't know. There's fish kind of in both stages. You get some post-spawn stuff out deep. You got some of these that are fry garters. I mean, that was the fry garter. That fish was in like 3 foot of water, just around some grass clumps. I actually seen some fry like kind of just scurry across the top of the water. And you know, you got bluegill up here spawning. It's just a good time to be fishing right now. This cold front really hasn't slowed them down. I thought it would, but I mean, we're still managing to pick up some bites. They're fairly active. Crankbait fish. Wind was blowing a little bit too hard for the old tube.
I could stay over on this side?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just fishing this point out here. You're good.
You're not gonna go around me.
Okay. Yeah.
Dave, I think we have a mutual friend, Stu Ferris.
Yeah, Stu.
So I work for Live Nation up in St. Louis and do all the concerts, so I get to see Stu quite a bit.
Really?
And don't hold this against me, I used to work at Purple Crackle years ago.
Nice. Yeah, I just
On a crank?
Yeah, I just came around this point and they're loaded up on this point. We'll still tell Stu I said hi.
I will. Watch your videos too, man. It's fun to watch. I appreciate what you do.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much. I don't think they're bass. Crap. Ah, I knew they were bass. Knew it. Ah, skipped her right up underneath that tree. Bada boom, bada bing. Whew, time to retie. Sucker tore my line all up. Thought that was a dang bluegill. Man, it's crazy. I thought that was a bluegill. It's just tap, 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 tap. Sometimes when they're around the beds, they just kind of, they don't really pick it up. They just want to play with it. Just want to play with it. Tappy, tappy. I was fully expecting that to be like a 4-inch bluegill. Oh, God. Little feller. All right, folks, midday report. Man, we're catching some fish on this guy right here. There's a little Big Bite Baits 4-inch tube. It's fun. Tube is something that, in my opinion, is underutilized. We're just Texas rigging it on that 3/0 hook. And the nice thing about that little slit in that tube like that, you can use a little bit smaller hook, but you got to make sure you got the right tube. This sucker is super squishy, and that allows it to collapse. Some of the tubes are really stiff, and you're gonna have to move up to a 4 or 5/0 hook, a really beefy, almost like a flipping hook. But when you got something that just kind of folds up, you can get away with a smaller hook and lighter line. Those bigger hooks, you really got to jump up to probably 20-pound test and jack them hard. But with a 3/0 hook, even though it's a super line and a nice soft tube, you can fish with 15-pound test, still get a hook in them, no problem. We've just been covering a lot of water shallow. We have slid out deep and caught a few fish doing that, and that's kind of what I'm going to continue to do. I just made my way back into a creek. I just want to kind of check this. The water's a lot more stained back here. The wind's pouring in. There's not a lot of shad. I'm seeing some shad out deep, but I still think a lot of the shad are up shallow relating to the grass. There's bluegill spawning, so there's still a lot of life up shallow, which is why we're able to generate some bites in that kind of 2 to 7, 8 foot depth range, which is fun. I enjoy this time of year. Most of your fish are still up there shallow. There's a lot of post spawn. There are some fish still spawning, but it's mainly post spawn at this time. And covering water with the tubes is just a great way to generate some bites. So let's get back after it. Damn it. That was a big freaking fish. That wasn't a bass. Ooh. That's a good one there, folks. That's a good one there, folks. Look at that one. Just a little tick and switch to the other side of this creek. And man, it paid off. I've got 2 really good bites. Jumped off about a 4.5 pounder. And caught this one. It's a good solid fish. They seem to be better quality over here. Downside is we ran out of smoke colored tubes, so I got some other tubes in there, some big bite tubes. Green pumpkin and a black neon and some kind of watermelon candy or something. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Man, that was nice. It was fun. I thought that sucker was like a 6 pounder when it came up out of the water. Guess you got it. Yeah, you got it. Ah! Damn it. That's the best fish of the day. That was stupid. Good 4.5. I jumped him off, flipped him off, pulled him off, whatever. Hey, we finally caught one on the green pea tube. This water's cleared up over here too. Might have something to do with it. Bite's got a little tougher. It's dynamite for a minute. I really think they like that smoke tube better though. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's just in your head or if it's a true, real thing. There we go. Just gotta keep covering water. They will hit that green pumpkin. Just gotta keep covering water. That's a good one. Oh yeah. There we go. Look at that one. That's a magnum. Yes, sir. Green pumpkins, get it done. Solid fish. Mm-hmm. The sucker just starts swimming all with it. Swimmy, swimmy. This tube bite is insane today. Whew, these fish are built right too. Man, this is fun. Woo! That tube is just slimy enough and collapses good enough that they can eat it good enough. That's what we're talking about. That's a nice one, man. That's a beauty. Let's let it go. Just sitting up here shallow on that tube. Get on out of here, Betsy. That's the good stuff, man. The short game's working out. And that fish is like 15 feet from the boat, just pitching along this grass. And man, when you hit them, that rod bows up. That's good stuff, man. Legs on them, boy. Bigger than I thought. It's a Pretty good fish, yo. Pretty good fish. Hey, hey, what do you say? Another fat one on the tube. Nice. Damn, boy. There we go. It's a good solid fish. It's gonna wrap it up, folks. Man, we had fun out here. Just flipping this little big bite baits tube. It's a 4-inch tube. Got smoke, red flake color. We got plenty of bites on it. It's a great way to catch fish. You know, it's a little more subtle. These fish are, you know, they're a little bit finicky, but if you just keep your head down and cover some water and put this tube in front of them. This is a really good tube. You know, it's got the right profile and it's super soft. You know, it's a really, really soft tube. It's got a lot of action, super lively. It's some tubes are really stiff. You want something that's kind of, it's got that jelly kind of feel to it. You know, 15, 17, 20 pound test. I like a 1/4 ounce weight. You know, I like it to glide just a little bit. And most of our fish came pretty shallow. We did catch some out deep, you know, on some points and stuff. But most of our damage was done up here in, you know, like less than 5 feet of water. So give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not. Whew, it's fun, dude. It is fun. Dudes and dudettes just like to take advantage of this shallow bite. It's going to get tough here. You know, it's going to start warming up. The water today was like 75 degrees and we're back here in a little bit of a creek and visibility is like about a foot, maybe a little bit less than a foot, but that smoke's still a good color regardless of the water clarity. It just looks like a little bait fish down there flipping around. Until next time.